An important question that I've always thought about, and even as a seasoned operator, is, and any of you can answer this, right? And maybe you can start for us, Abake. Where do procurement offices sit? Because sometimes you are in South Africa. No, you know, sometimes you are in South Africa, there's a brand you are trying to get to, and they just tell you that the procurement office is in Dubai, here, right? Or India, or it's sitting in the US, or they're in London. And I know that it's a stupid question to ask, but what is the typical makeup? Where do procurement offices sit? And you can answer it generally, or you can give us an example, but all of you guys, please, we just want to know where you guys are.
So maybe before I give you my address in my where I served, just to go back to the question that you asked before, right? And I agree with my colleagues here, but I think just to add, it's important to make sure that within the proposal that you are submitting, you are speaking the language of the organization that you are pitching to. And I'll give you an example, right? At SAB, we talk about a strategy that is made up of 3 pillars. We talk about leading and growing the category responsibly. We're talking about digitizing and monetizing the ecosystem, optimizing the business. Safety is a big element of what we do. Responsibility is a big element of what we do. So in that proposal that you'll be submitting, make sure that you are addressing these elements to make sure that you speak to the corporate in a language that they can understand. And then within our business, to your second question, our business has different support levels, right? Globally, regionally. We have a global procurement office that is headquartered in Switzerland. And then we've got a regional procurement office that services the Africa market that sits at 56 Grosvenor Road in Bryanston. So that's where you can find me if you're looking for it.
Say no more.
Yeah. And there's a lot of synergies between the team that sits in Johannesburg and the global team, exchanging a lot of best practices to make sure that we continue adding value to the business.
So if I were to follow up before you go, Taryn, so with all these multiple layers, if I just want to do business with you in South Africa, where do I go?
You come to Bryanston.
Okay. And that's not always the case, dependent on organization.
For us?
Yeah.
The team that services what we call Africa Zone, which is all the 11 markets, the zone team sits in Joburg.
It's dependent on the organization and the markets, obviously, that they are servicing. So ideally, if it's a South African-based company, there's normally a head office. Procurement is deemed support services or central services in some organizations, so you will find them at the head office. Sometimes we have regional teams. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes you have global teams. So it really depends on the organization. So you got to work out what are you looking for? You're looking for the Africa guys, you're looking for the local guys, you're looking for the international guys, and you take it from there.
You cannot just go straight to procurement and say, hey, I'm a creative agency. You need to be working with our Center of Excellence. And then because we consolidate the business needs at a center, and then we will then agree what type of services we are looking for. Then we will write the briefs for procurement, then to go and source. So the first really, if you really want, or you have a company that you want us to know about, it's always better to email the marketing director. I get stalked every day and people come show up at reception. Don't do that. But you can honestly email, because we will always respond and we will then refer you to the right person. You can always also email one of the brand manager and CMO. If there is nothing that we are looking at that point, we will respond and say, currently we are not looking for those services. However, we will refer you to someone. In case we are looking for your services, then you will be included. And we've done that quite successfully. So we haven't had big issues that I know of.